What is going on, Bulls Nation? So, a big win, three in a row now against the Charlotte Hornets. Who would have thought? So, we're going to talk about this win and what is happening to the Bulls right after this.
Get the lowdown on one of the most iconic basketball teams in the world. You're listening to Chicago Bulls
All right, Bulls
Nation.
Nation. So, three in a row. I don't even think we got three in a row last year. And things were looking bleak. And don't get me wrong, I'm still not super hyped with the Chicago Bulls, with what's happening right now. But man, it's refreshing to win, to string a few wins here and there. Although we're still like 8-14, something like that. It's still, as a fan, it's nice to see the Bulls win. It really is. We have a chance to be four in a row this upcoming Friday, because we're playing the San Antonio Spurs, who lost 15 in a row. So that might be a good way for the Bulls to bounce back and be not to string four in a row. And honestly, it feels like I'm watching a different team. The ball movement, and we subtracted one player. DeMar is still there, so it just proves that the guy is not really the problem. Because even before this game against the Pelicans, he had 10 assists. So Vooch and DeMar can work within the system. Now, we can be like, hey, don't get too excited, this is the Charlotte Hornets, which is true. However, the Bulls also won very impressively against the Milwaukee Bucks. And right after that, against the New Orleans Pelicans, who are both a playoff team. So yes, I get it, this win may not mean as much, because at the end of the day, this is the Hornets. But let's not pretend that they didn't win two in a row against a playoff team as well. And let's not pretend that the ball is not moving really, really well so far without Zach LaVine. My goodness, who would have thought that DeMar is not slowing down this game? Even I do like the fact that when the game slows down, DeMar is there. That you can't run all the time, but I love the activity of Ayo and Patrick Williams and Kobe White. I'm a big component to trade Kobe White last year, because I thought we weren't going to be able to sign a guy for less than 17 million, because towards the end of the season he was playing really well, and I thought that he wasn't the guard that could galvanize the big three. Boy, I'm still right. He's still not the guard that could galvanize the big three, but maybe he should be a part of the big three. That's the thing. And it's just refreshing to see that. It's just awesome to see now that Kobe, his defense really stepped up, even from last year. He's one of the better defenders now with the Bulls. But I always questioned whether he could be the Lonzo type. And what I mean by that is somebody who's going to distribute the ball between the three, the big three, can get the shots for them. We did an addition by subtraction by not playing Zach LaVine right now. And I don't know what it does for his trade value. And to be quite honest, I don't really care. I love seeing the development of Kobe White. So if it means that, hey, his trade value slightly goes lower, but at the same time we are giving Kobe White, the proper minutes, the proper opportunity for him to grow and be an athlete, then so be it. The heck, I mean, what are we going to lose? Maybe an extra protected first round by not playing Zach? Again, but with that means giving Kobe White the minutes he deserves, I'm all for it. I really am all for it. After watching this team for a whole month, with this despicable offense that we're seeing, it's just nice to see them. And who was that? I think it's Will Gottlieb that says that our future is so bleak. And maybe he's still right. But boy, seeing Patrick Williams, Kobe White, and Ayo Dosunmu, and to an extent Julian Phillips, I don't know if I completely agree with that statement now, because those three guys has really stepped up. And that is with the two veterans still playing in the game, and also with Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso is probably the easiest guy to play along with, because the guy is he's just a good basketball player. He's not really a good scorer, but boy, he does everything right when it comes to basketball. But I'm surprised. I gotta give kudos here to Billy Donovan, which I don't do often. But this past 3 games, I'm just talking about this past 3 games. Maybe we know the culprit, why his scheme is not working. I'm just saying, okay, I'm not going to count San Antonio. Again, I don't want to get too excited, and I don't want to give Billy Donovan a ton of credit here, because God knows, I always felt like a different coach would have handled this talent a bit more differently. And I don't want to play Zach LaVine's talent, which I'm not. He's just probably not a good fit. Probably just not a good fit. So, and to be quite honest with you, if we trade him, I just want draft picks. I don't even want players. I love seeing this group of guys hustle, defend, look out for one another. I like it. Win or lose, they're gonna learn something from it. And I feel like I like Julian Phillips. He reminds me of when we got Daniel Gafford, not in the sense of how he plays, but he's a second rounder who, has upside. He's kind of long. I like him. So giving him opportunity, some slots at the 4 when Torrey Craig and Patrick Williams is not playing, I'm all for it. We're not going to win the championship this year anyway. We might as well see what we have with these young guys and see how far we can go, and then assess from next year, what do we really need as far as talent. If DeMar walks and we trade, let's say, Zach for a few expiring, then we have a ton of cap space that maybe we can get on a young player, or just keep on developing these guys. So we'll see. We picked the coach. We did, with Billy Donovan, because I think the Bulls gave him an extension for God knows how long. And so far, I hate to say this, but it's working. It is working. This 3 games, though. 3 games. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. So far. That's why I said so far. But I'm happy as a fan. I love seeing these guys win. As much as I want to get a high pick next year, next year's draft, is not as stacked, so to speak, as this year anyway. But I don't know. I don't care. Like, I just want to watch good basketball. Win, lose. If they continue this path, and let's say DeMar walks, it's reminding me of that, the Luol Deng baby Bulls back then, which they just play hard. But I love it. I love Ayo's game too. Thank you for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments. We're going to talk about Zach's, potential destination as well. I know we've seen a lot of those, but yeah, we'll see a bunch of that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're a Bulls fan, and I'll see you guys in the next one.